Warning! The following podcast should not be taken as scientific evidence of the existence of other worlds. So don't go mucking around looking into multidimensional travel methods, because you'll just end up doing more damage to the barriers between worlds than you would if it were real, which it's not. Stop talking. But the podcast is really sponsored by Cards Against Humanity. If you want to send a package to the show, send it to Cards Against Humanity, 1917 North Elston, Chicago, Illinois, 60642. Care of ARNIE NIEKAMP, Vermilion Minotaur, Town of Hogsface, Land of Foon. Someone from Cards Against Humanity will make sure your package reaches the Land of Foon, which doesn't exist. What's up, cognitive dissonance? Enjoy the show!
Hello from the Magic Tavern, a weekly podcast from the magical land of Foon. I'm your host, ARNIE NIEKAMP. If you've never listened to the podcast before, this is what's going on. About a year and a half ago, I fell through a dimensional portal behind a Burger King in Chicago into the magical, fantastical land of Foon. Luckily, I'm still getting a slight Wi-Fi signal from that Burger King through the dimensional portal, and I use it to upload a podcast that I record every week here in the Tavern, the Vermilion Minotaur, in the town of Hogsface, in the land of Foon. And I'm so excited. I'm so lucky to be joined by both of my co-hosts, Usador.
I am Usador, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas. The elves know me as Fiang Yalak. The dwarves know me as Shonen and Hookstanges, and I am known in the northeast as Gasmwanius Maystar. And do not fear, for there are other names that, if they did find their way to creep into your ear, why, like a very earworm, they would dig down so deep, infect thy brain until its blood did boil and your very head did explode.
It's so good to have you back, Usador.
Oh, thank you.
So, Usador, I want to really quickly ask you about
Yes.
your sort of not even a near-death experience, your death experience.
Yes.
So, do I now refer to you as Usador the Light Blue?
No, I just cleaned my robe.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I can just still call you whatever
No,
I
I'm
want, basically.
still exactly Usador, wizard of the 12th realm of Ephesius, master of light and shadow, manipulator of magical delights, devourer of chaos, champion of the great halls of Tarakas. The elves know me as Fiang Yalak.
Check.
The dwarves know me as Zonin Hookstanges.
Check.
And I am known in the northeast as Gasmanius Maystar.
Check.
And there are other secret names, names of such great power and portent, that if you did even see these names writ upon a piece of paper, why, they would come to life, infect your eyes like very thorns from a rose, dig down into thine corneas, down through thy eye sockets, all the way into thy gullet, and rip thee apart from thy esophagus out.
I hate it when a thorn infects my eyes. That's the worst thing.
Then don't read those names.
That's true. I've got to remember, Usador, never to introduce you first. I'm also joined by my co-host, Chunt, the King of the Badgers.
Hey now.
How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. This is a little heavy to talk about up front. As we all know, I'm struggling a little bit with red potion addiction.
Yes. That's very brave of you to talk about. Thank you. For
Red potion, which just sort of gives me vitality, and I was excited to have my HP always maxed out, but I think I got a little out of control with it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, as much as we love seeing you with vitality, you don't want to see Arnie being a dick. Well.
No.
Has that vitality,
this is a
right?
problem, yes.
Well, I started getting
No more dick vitality.
I started getting help. I went to the Learning Onyx. It's this big onyx structure where they have all kinds of gatherings to kind of help people out.
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
The wedding planner recommended the meetings that they're having there for people who struggle with mead, but they also had stuff for me as well.
That's wonderful. Good for you.
Congratulations. That's very big of you.
Well.
Actually, Arnold and I talked about this before the podcast, Chunt. For I heard that he was attending the Learning Onyx, and we wanted to speak to you about your dealings in dark magic.
It's true. You started getting into dark magic. Maybe you want to...
Listen, I picked up a few things here or there. I'm not going to, go down this path. But,
And I know that you did it out of love for me and wishing to resurrect your fallen Usador. But I am back now. and you can put this dark chapter of your life behind you.
I never got to show you any of the dark magic I learned, though.
Oh, I don't want to
Just real
encourage.
quick,
I
just
don't
real
want to
quick.
encourage him. But
Yeah, just real quick. Just one thing.
I do
one
want to
thing, one
see
thing.
it. I do want to see it.
Okay, so here you see this gold coin,
Yes.
this gold piece, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now I'm gonna swallow it.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
You just ate a coin.
Yeah.
That's not going to be good for your digestion.
Well, we'll see. Mom, what's this behind your ear?
Oh,
It's the coin that I ate seconds ago.
What evil is this?
it's clearly a different coin.
Come on, man.
Chunt, it's not even the same.
That's
not
e-
even the same
that's
amount.
even
Come on.
more
It's not
ne-
even the same size
That's
coin.
even more nefarious. He ate a coin, transformed its amount, and then pulled it out from behind thine ear.
Chunt, how many coins have you been eating?
I don't know, man. Like 200.
You look. Oh, that can't be good.
I make a noise when I walk now.
That's true.
It's terrible.
Oh.
I feel awful.
Oh, you look awful.
But my nose piercing.
Oh, looks good. Hey guys, you know what? I'm very excited about our guest, and I kind of want to just get right to it. We've never had a unicorn on before. We've had a unicorn dentist, but I'm very excited. We have Windsprinkle, the unicorn.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi, it's so nice to meet you.
I would say it'd be a pleasure to be here if I had a little room to get up to this table. I am a horse. Could we clear some space here?
Yes,
Everybody.
Yeah,
Clear
could people
some
move
space.
away from the
Jeez.
unicorn?
I mean,
Make some
everybody
space.
focuses on the horn. Oh, he's got a horn. He's a magical creature. This is behind the horn, a horse's body. I need some space.
Of course.
And let's
Thank
get
you.
one of the Unwood mothers is on top of him, right? Let's get her down.
Please get down.
Sorry about
That's-
that. I'm so sorry.
I thought
about
I
that.
had a rider. Actually, it was a rider that specifically said no rider.
No rider.
It's my non-rider rider.
Did you not
guys
get his
see
rider
that?
rider?
Didn't get his rider.
There's no rider
I'm
in
so
my rider.
sorry.
Here's your bowl of all green apples.
Yes.
We did read the rider, I promise.
appreciate
And
that.
P.S.
I appreciate
your
that.
your
Thank
coat is looking wider and wider.
Yes, thank you. Look, can we get on with this, please?
Yes, of course, Windsprinkle. I'm so excited to learn about unicorns.
Yes, everybody is.
Everybody is. Does
Well-
everybody love unicorns?
Yeah, well, everybody thinks they love unicorns. I mean, here's the problem. You come into the world as a particular kind of animal, then you walk out into the world and people just have certain assumptions about you.
Yes, that you're a beautiful, magical creature.
Yeah. Can I
with
touch
a
your
wonderful
horn?
of-
Yeah,
yes.
you know, I just want to say to everybody, that's culturally insensitive. I don't
When
walk
people go to-
around.
Let me touch your horn just real quick.
You
Whoa,
do I
Chunt.
look?
No,
look,
it's just- it-
do
First of all,
I
you
do I
asked.
walk up and ask you if I can pet your weirdly protruding tummy? What's in there?
It's about 200 coins.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a little thing called personal space, which, as we've established,
I'm sorry, it's
I
just-
need a little bit more of.
I'm very sorry. It's just my hair doesn't grow like that. I assume
Yeah,
corn is
look,
like a tight
it's just
collection
how,
of
it's a
hair.
cultural thing. It's how we are.
Yeah.
There was a period of time in which a lot of unicorns were going for dye jobs. Trying to go back to the more natural white or chestnut colors associated with a horse, as opposed to the more rainbow-like colors,
Yeah.
which we naturally are in. And
I should
that was
mention
a-
for listeners that you are just a lot of colors. You
Yeah.
are very rainbowy.
Very well, not exactly in the same order as the rainbow. That's very annoying to me when
Yeah.
people say that I'm rainbow colored, because, as you know, rainbow goes in a certain direction,
Yeah.
of a violet toward red, while I am a more different array of colors from my fetlocks to my horn.
Your fetlocks. I'm sorry, I don't know. I guess I don't know all the horse/unicorn terms.
Well, we have the standard, as you can see from my enormous equine body, the standard horse body.
Yeah.
The thing that makes us different, of course, is the horn on the
horn.
head.
Yeah.
And of
Wonderful,
course, that
magical
brings. I mean, look, I walk into the room, the horn precedes me.
Sure.
But so do the cultural expectations. And
Sure.
it's something that we all live with. Something
Yeah.
I think we've reached a certain time in Foon where you have to understand that, yes, we're mystical, near immortal, magical creatures, but in the end, we're just people.
Wow,
Sure.
that's amazing. I feel
Yeah.
terrible now because
Very true.
I mean, a lot of times, and I don't like to admit this, a lot of time I'll tell unicorn jokes.
Really?
Like there's no unicorns around. I'll be like, and I'm
Yeah, I've
I'm so
heard them
sorry.
all.
I'm
I've
so
heard
sorry.
them all.
I just had to tell one.
I gotta. I mean, look, I don't approve of this, but I do want to hear at least one.
A unicorn walks into the bar, and the bartender says, "Beautiful horn."
Yeah.
That's another problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not very funny.
Yeah, that
I thought it
seems
was
like
good.
me and this unicorn, we
Like,
see eye to
for
eye.
example, what do you call a unicorn who really wants to have sex with his mare?
I love this one.
What do you call them?
Naturally expressing his affection for his mare, you son of a bitch.
That is a good
Speaking of
one.
a unicorn walking into a bar, I think that has just happened, and yet there is no drink in front
That's
of me.
true.
Can I-
Let's get. What would you like to have?
I
to
would
drink?
like a big bucket of water, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Trow of water, please.
And sorry, just looking at Windsprinkle, I'm going to have a rainbow bowl.
Arnold, I need to talk to you for a moment.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you sir. What's
I
up?
need you to distract this unicorn while I extract a hair from its tail.
No, Usador, no. Why would you do that?
Because I need it for a magical spell I'm working on. Probably.
Probably.
I'm just thinking I might use it.
Maybe can you just ask?
Shh,
and
I'm
if he
gonna
says
go
no-
around to the back.
Oh God. So
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Is it that guy?
Yeah,
It's that guy.
it is. It's
Yeah,
Usador.
yeah.
Yes.
This guy is known among the unicorns as that guy.
That guy.
That guy.
Known to the unicorns as that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
He's constantly trying to sneak up behind us.
What?
It's well known.
What?
Yeah.
I don't
Creepy.
think so.
Yeah. It's somewhat just watch yourself,
All
that
right,
guy.
I'll just sit here.
So Windsprinkle, while we wait for your big tub of water, like what?
Can I get some oats?
Can we also get some oats over here, please?
Yo.
Oh, the
Oat.
The oats are out in the hall. I'll go grab them.
Thank you.
So Windsprinkle, what makes a unicorn besides having a horn?
Obviously, we have the power of speech. I need not
Oh,
draw attention to that.
Sure.
But certainly what makes us, I think, unique among the creatures of Foon is both our burdens and our advantages.
Sure.
For example, I cannot tell you how many prepubescent girls are coming up and trying to stroke my mane.
Oh,
Of course.
It's very distressing. I understand why they're doing it. I've got nothing against them.
Sure.
They believe that virgins have power over unicorns, that somehow we will become their pet or their companion.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is none of these girls have really thought it out.
Yes,
They
yeah.
come up, they pet me, they expect then something to happen.
Sure.
And, I mean, I've got my own business to attend to. I'm a very busy unicorn. I cannot stand around and fulfill whatever strange fantasy of companionship or friendship being magic that these young girls want. And besides,
Well, friendship is magic. I mean, they're right about that.
no. Friendship, I think, is a much more transactional thing
All
based
right.
on
Oh,
gives and
yeah.
take. I mean, frankly.
fair
you
enough.
know,
Sure.
I mean,
but you know what? It's just got to be weird for anybody, let alone like a tween, to come up to you and think that they have a power over you when they don't. It's got to be very awkward if they're like, "You are now my little pony."
it's very strange, especially, and again, I have some sympathy for these girls. They've been misled their entire life. It's
Sure.
based on a translation error.
oh,
Ancient scrolls, there's a word often interpreted as virgin. Actually, it's raisin. So
that makes
the
a lot
fact
of
of the
sense.
matter is, raisins have immense power
Sure.
over us unicorns, not virgins.
Yeah.
What's interesting is that there was one young girl. This was I don't know how many era ago, but she actually came up to me thinking that she had a virgin. She actually had some raisins in her pocket. And of course, I was under the spell of the raisins for a good period of time. She did not know that. I was unable, because I was under the spell of the raisins, to articulate that problem, so therefore I had to go home with her. We had a number of tea parties. I was introduced to her friend.
sure.
Finally, as she went to bed, I nuzzled her, ate the raisins, fulfilled my need, and was able to scamper off. I have to admit this. I did poop on her floor first. I was a
Sure.
little mad.
Yeah.
You're mad.
I am mad, and again, I refer you to the enormous body.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am a horse.
Yes.
And then
Horses poop.
And that actually reminds me of a question I ask almost all of our guests.
Yes.
What does your poop look like?
Really?
Yeah,
Do you ask this of all of your guests?
I try to. I mean, it doesn't always make the final cut.
And yet guests continue to show
They
up.
still show up.
Well, keep in mind that my poop is, of course, falling behind me, so I rarely turn to look.
Sure.
We
Yes.
unicorns have a mission. We're on our path. We're not going to stop around and smell our own poop.
Unicorns, the shark of the mystical forest.
Windsprinkles, here's your oats. I
Thank
grabbed them
you.
from the bar. I'm actually going to go get a raisin daiquiri. Does anybody want anything?
I'm fine. I'm
Okay,
fine.
I'll be
thank
right
Are
back.
you, Windsprinkle, are you cool with that if he gets the raisin daiquiri?
I'm fine.
Okay.
That's okay. Did you say raisins?
I'll be right back.
While he's gone, if it's awkward for him to have any raisin stuff,
Well,
you can just
I
tell
mean,
me.
it's all right. I wanted to come here, talk to you about unicorns, but under the effect of raisins, I become somewhat helpless. So,
Oh.
I mean, that's a thing.
Uh-huh.
It's not something that I can control. What we do those of us who have real problems with raisins is we go through the 12 steps, which is basically a technique of taking 12 steps away from the raisin.
Away from the raisin.
Yeah, because once about 12 steps with my long stride, being a horse, you're far enough.
That's pretty far, yeah.
From the raisin.
That has no effect on you anymore.
No. That's the benefit of the 12-step program.
Yeah, I'm back. Just going to put this down here on the table. I've been meaning to ask you, Windsprinkles, aren't your fans, the girl fans, aren't they called Goonies? Because they're girls who love unicorns? They shorten unicorns to...
Oh.
He is frothing at the mouth. Really? Raisin daiquiri.
Yeah.
I think maybe you shouldn't have that here, Chunt.
Yeah.
What?
He really wants those raisins.
I've used the 12-step program.
Why did he just walk 12 steps away?
Look.
And it seemed like that first step was the hardest for sure.
We are very proud of you. Very proud.
Yes.
Well, I have to get something from the other side of the bar.
Oh, wait. Usador, stay away from his tail. Look, Chunt, here, I'm just going to throw this drink away.
What the hell?
That guy.
That was the oats from the hall.
I had to cough. Yeah, that was the oats from the hall, and I had to cough up 2 gold coins for that drink.
Look, let's take a quick break. Let's clean some of this stuff up, and then I'm excited to, without the influence of raisins, talk a little bit more to our unicorn guest.
What's up, Hog's Face? My name is Mike Doty, the vertiginous son of Mike Doty, the inscrutable, and I got the song for you. Well, Sean's been a dude, and Sean's been a bee. I'll make love to Sean, turn him into me. And I said, Gasoline, yes, my star. 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 Sean is hard as nails and soft as a flan. He's a 35,000 butthole man. I said, Gasoline, yes, my star. 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 We're drinking rainbow bowls by the firelight, and everybody in Foon is gonna get down tonight. Gasoline, yes, my star. Gasoline, yes, my star. Gasoline, yes, my star. And I said, Gasoline, yes, my star. 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 Thank you very much. Good night.
So, Windsprinkle, now that we have all this other stuff cleared out, I do want to hear a little bit more about these Goonies. Chunt, you mentioned that
Yeah, it's the girls who love unicorns.
G space UNI.
Oh, I see.
Goonie. They never quit.
Yeah,
never
they never
quit?
say die.
Never say die.
For many years, we unicorns put up with the Goonies as sort of, just the friction of being in the world. But then, I would say, 1,000 years ago, we came up with a way to monetize their interest.
Oh.
Yeah, basically, you realize, of course, that once you've got the girl standing, talking to you, stroking your mane, whispering things into your ear, asking them to be their forever friend, that you have their attention and there's a sales opportunity. So what we came up with is the notion of something we call assurance. Yeah. See, what we do is we say to the young girl, you're very young now, but what were to happen to you and your family if your father, say, were to break a leg and have to be killed? So what we do is...
Wait, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. So if a human breaks their leg and has to be killed?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, if their
That's
leg's
generally
broken,
true.
they can't move on.
I mean, having your leg broken is a death sentence.
But a lot of times, to be fair, a lot of times,
Have you guys-
if a father has his leg broken, the mom will take the father around back and be like, "Oh, your father
Don't even
went,
say it. Don't even say it.
Went up, up country," and then he'll just.
So obviously, having legs broken and then having to be killed
Yeah.
is a terrible problem. And we decided that because we live so long, we can offer the young women and their families the opportunity to make small monthly payments to the unicorns. And in the event of a leg being broken and the provider for the family, the farmer, the miner, the magician, having to be killed because of the broken leg, we can make a payment to the family so as to be able to provide for them. And that's been our business for a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the
We came up
unicorn's main business is assurance.
Assurance, yes. We consider ourselves the good hooves.
The good.
You're in
the
good hooves
Yes.
Yeah.
with unicorns. Now, as
Sure.
we discovered, there initially wasn't a tremendous desire among the young girls to bring this message of financial safety back to their families. And so what we decided to do was to go ahead and break a few legs.
Oh.
Which it turns out is not that hard because you humans seem very fragile.
Oh, yeah.
Relatively to a horse, of course.
Oh, yes. Just turn around and, just peer backwards a little bit. The horn, by the way, very useful for aiming.
Yes.
That's why we have it. And just give it a nice little sharp rap to the upper part of your fetlock, and, they fall to the ground screaming and then have to be killed.
Well, that is wonderful, for you've taken something that was a burden unto thee and made it into something positive. For you are being annoyed by these girls, and now you've made it into a business.
Yeah.
I think that's the most wonderful story I've ever heard.
It's been very successful
Wonderful.
for us. However, after a while, the young girls stopped coming around. So we would move on to other places and where girls had still under the understanding that virgins had this power of us. That ended. So basically now we sort of come to a town, sort of a herd of unicorns. Very impressive sight, I have to say. Just all sort of galloping. And we also have the power, I don't know if you knew this, but we are magical creatures, to gallop in such a way so that it looks as if we're moving very, very slowly.
I have seen this phenomenon.
And our manes
yes.
fly in the air, and we sort of seem to levitate as our feet, all four of them, go on the ground. It's a thing we do. It's an effect. And the people gather, and then we, describe to them our business offer. We make our pitch, if you will. And meanwhile, we break a few legs.
Are you here in Hogsface now to do such a pitch to the folk here?
I was sent here to see if there would be a good market for us, if there were people who might be interested in our particular brand of financial security.
Arnie, I think with all the red potion you've been drinking, you should try and see if you can get health assurance.
Yeah. You know what? I already had just like this company of guys came over, and I already pay them.
Oh, really?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I couldn't help but overhearing. Who might that be?
Yeah, just this company of guys. They're called Geico, and I gave them some.
Geico.
Yeah.
A guy,
Just
a
a bunch of
company
guys?
Just a bunch of guys. I mean, I would rather get my assurance from unicorns.
They're
It's a
not
lot
even
cooler.
magical horses.
hang on.
They're
There's
just
not
guys.
My associates will want to know this. Let me send this to them if I may. I'll send a message using Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Oh, Wi-Fi.
Yes.
What's Wi-Fi?
Well, we unicorns have a system of communicating. It's very quick. We have something we call workflow. And so what we use is a system we call Wi-Fi. This is Wi-Fi. You see a small colt here. And what I do is I simply tell Wi-Fi what I want the other unicorns to know, and he runs off. Go, Wi-Fi. Let them know we have competition.
Oh,
Goodbye,
wow.
Wi-Fi.
That's strong. That is strong Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I hate to admit this. One time I caught Wi-Fi. He was running errands. I'm so sorry to do this. I caught Wi-Fi, and I tried to get him to send me a message.
Oh, you were trying to steal Wi-Fi?
But he was like, nay, and I was like, well, let me try and guess your mom's, maiden name.
Sure.
There's this whole series of questions that you have to get through in order for Wi-Fi to accept your mission.
Wi-Fi is coming back. Yes, Wi-Fi? Oh, Excellent. We have this well in hand.
Oh, okay.
And, yes, apparently some of my associates know about Geico, and they'll be visited sometime this evening.
Oh, no. So the company of guys, I hope they've assured themselves.
It's possible. What we do, actually, before moving in force against a competitive company, is we offer them, as a courtesy,
Sure.
the chance to buy assurance from us
Oh, that's
before we break
very
their legs.
nice.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Don't hurt them too bad. I think they're all athletes. They've done really well. They're all state.
I heard
no
that's-
idea what that meant.
Yes.
Me neither, really.
Be a good neighbor, huh?
I heard that you offered assurance to the loathsome creatures at Snake Farm before you put them out of business.
Oh, yes. Snakes were difficult for us
Yes.
because they have no legs.
Right.
And that, of course, was a disruption to our business model. However, we got together, put our horns together, as
Yeah,
we like to
sure.
say.
Oh,
And we
can you use
realized,
that phrase? I feel like when I use that phrase, I get looks.
Oh, no, you have to be a unicorn to be able to say that. You know that.
Yeah, when you say let's get our horns together, people are like, what?
Just the other day when we were all in the
it's-
bathroom, like, let's get our horns together. And you guys,
No, thank you.
It's the same reason I can make jokes about Jews.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we did in regard to the Snake Farm Assurance Company is once we realized that they had no legs which we could break, is we merely stomped on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obvious once you...
Yes, it took a while.
Yeah.
Yes, but you have to think about
we
it
had
through.
we had a all night brainstorming session.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Just generally rule, throw it up on the board. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No bad ideas here.
Sure.
And then it was one of my associates, Sparkle Joy,
Sparkle Joy?
who said, let's just stomp on the sons of bitches.
Yeah.
And we all went, hey, that's great. And we all sort of circled that, and we decided to go ahead and do that.
Quick question. Does someone hold the piece of chalk or the quill in their mouth?
Oh, no.
How do you circle it? Do you circle it with magic?
No. We put a piece of coal on our horn. I mean, how do you draw?
Duh.
I mean, we
Well,
just pierce it. It
I
is
have
an
to use
adamantine
these,
thing. And
I have to use these clumsy, many-digited hands that I have in this human form.
yes, they do seem so fragile.
Yes. Oh, how I wish I was a wizard in the form of a unicorn.
Hey, that guy, how are you set for assurance? Because I'd be happy to step outside at some time and discuss your assurance needs.
I've got to be pretty honest. I don't think anything bad's going to happen to me. I was just dead, and now I'm fine.
Yeah. You don't really need life assurance.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying, and if I may just move myself around here, those are. Oh, could you lift up your robe a little bit?
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
thank you. There
Oh,
you go.
just a little bit.
Just a
No,
little bit.
I'll just pull it up all the way. Don't worry.
Well, that's fine. I'm not interested in your
Yes.
in your human. Oh, that was impressive. No,
Thank
those
you.
are very nice legs, and
Thank
I
you.
can only say it would be a terrible shame if anything were to happen to either of them.
Oh, he could.
You could break your leg. It's not just your life, it's your legs.
Well, someone might break your leg, and
Yes.
then of course you'll have to be killed. That would be terrible.
Also, don't forget that before King Belarth died, he made a decree that everyone must have health assurance.
Oh yes, he didn't want to do that.
Thanks, Belarth.
He very much didn't want to do that, but he managed to do it right before he died.
Well, I will
Moments before
gladly
he
pay
died.
you. How much gold do I owe you? Here, I'll get into my pouch.
Oh, no, let me.
Ugh.
Is 10 gold coins enough?
That will be adequate for a down payment on your plan.
Oh, wonderful.
Wifi, would you pick those up, please?
Thank you, Wifi.
That was perhaps the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And all of my friends constantly are shitting on the floor.
Wifi, come here. Wifi, hey, Wifi.
Leave Wifi alone.
I
cannot
will.
share my
If you
Wi-Fi.
tell me the make and model of your first carriage, I will leave Wifi alone.
I don't think horses have carriages.
We don't pull carriages.
That's rude.
I just figured one of the questions to Wifi might be the make
Look,
and model of
don't-
his first
That's
carriage.
a
I'm
good-
just saying,
it's a
look,
good question.
Don't put your carriage question before the horse.
Which reminds me, the annual competition, we're going to crown a Miss Carriage sometime
Oh.
later this year.
So, Windsprinkle, it's been so exciting to meet you. I feel like I still have like a million questions about unicorns, but we'll just have to have you on another time.
Oh, well, that'd be my pleasure. I mean, I do put on, if I did have pants, I presumably would put them on one leg at a time.
Sure.
Except, of course, that's impossible because I have no hands.
Yeah.
But I
someone
think you
else.
understand. Somebody who were to help me get into pants would help me put them on one of my four legs at a time, before I kick them to death because unicorns don't like pants.
You know,
But I think you see
that's
my
true.
point.
But you know what? It's a classic unicorn pants question. Should a unicorn pants have 2 legs or 4? Like, I know it's not a thing, but if it were, would you rather have all 4 legs in pants?
I think that there's an issue of symmetry.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want because you have to understand that for me, I have front legs and back legs, but they're all legs.
Yeah.
However,
I don't mean to challenge you.
Yes.
But how do you know you don't like pants if you've never worn them?
Well, that is, of course, because in the cold months, we unicorns do enjoy putting on kind of cylinders of fabric onto our legs. We call them leg warmers.
Leg warmers, yes, of course. Yeah, well, of
So
course.
from that
love to see
perspective,
that.
it's easy to imagine.
If these went up further,
Yes,
yuck.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that would be terrible.
I
Yeah.
understand.
Yes.
Arnie, you're being rude. Ask him what his poop looks like.
I've already asked him what his poop
Oh, you
looks
did?
like.
Oh.
Were you not here when
Had
I
no
asked?
time for
That's
that.
my favorite segment of every show.
I know.
I must have zoned out.
I know.
Oh, boy.
Although,
Bummer.
speaking of segments, I feel like we should be doing more segments. You know, podcasts on Earth, they do like regular segments that get listeners excited to kind of come back to the podcast. You know, we did Tavern Takeaways for a while. I was thinking maybe we should do a segment sort of inspired by another podcast I like. We should do a segment called I Nay, where I just throw out something weird.
Is that rude to say I neigh with a horse here?
First of all, he's not a horse. He's a unicorn.
Thank you.
Same thing.
I just want to offer that I don't know much about this podcast of which you speak.
Sure.
Yet it seems to me that if there were some podcast, some regular entertainment,
Sure.
which had the very same segment in the same sequence, week after week after week after week after week after week after week, that would be the worst thing imaginable.
What a drudgery.
Well, I mean, that would be horrific. You'd hear the first segment, and you'd know that the second segment was coming up, and boy, how boring would that be? I think it
Sure.
would be much more interesting to do different things every week, as opposed to the same, you know, let's assume that you have a segment that is a particular kind of game.
Sure.
And you play to this game every week. I mean, presumably that would get dull.
Tedious.
Well, what if you brought in like interesting people to play the game with you? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just hypothesizing. Like, what if you brought in like celebrities or something to play the game with you?
What is a celebrity?
Just like a person of note, like a person that everyone's just like like royalty, more or less. Royalty, but royalty that doesn't really do anything for your life.
Well, that's sort of the set of all royalty you just described.
I suppose that's
Yeah.
true.
I don't know. It still strikes me.
Wait,
So then you're doing
wait. Don't tell me you're talking about me, royalty who does nothing.
That's true. You are a royalty that does nothing. Yeah.
All told, I'd rather watch a sunset or my enemies die.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Also, the reality of getting decent royals week after week after week is pretty low. I mean, eventually you're going to have to make some compromises and get some, you know, B-level royalty.
That's true. I mean, after a while, like you're just praying for B-level royalty.
That's very true.
Yes, I imagine you could get entirely desperate in your search for indolent royalty and invite just anybody at all to show up on your, what is it called, a podcast again?
Podcast, yeah.
So as to somehow try to provide just the slightest tinge, the smallest wisp of novelty for
A
your...
morsel of entertainment.
Right, for your increasingly bored and depressed listeners. That strikes me as a nightmarish scenario, which I would never want anything to do with.
That's true.
How do we play I neigh?
Forget about it. Let's real quick open these packages.
Yeah, I got a package here. This is from Amber Huey in San Francisco.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's exactly how you
what a
pronounce
treat. This says, "Hey boys, love the show. Here are a few things that you might find interesting or useful. Keep up the good work." From Amber. P.S. Please come to SF Sketchfest. SF Sketchfest.
What is Sketchfest?
It's a drawing. It's a giant drawing of a fist. And people from all around the world come to San Francisco to see the giant
Sketched fist.
sketched fist.
Here's what is in my package here. Says to Chunt. It says the Reynolds pamphlets. Have you read this? I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I don't know. What is it?
Tell me how to say no to this. I don't know. Am I supposed to? This is some sort of thing called the Reynolds pamphlet. I'm gonna read this over.
Seems scandalous.
Yeah.
My package came wrapped in beautiful blue tissue paper. And as I unwrap it here, I see my favorite rocks. Oh, beautiful rocks. Oh, magical rocks. Oh, and a little note. Here are 2 owl pellets. From the great horned owl fledglings. They are full of earth cricket legs and other earth cricket bits. I'm sure you can do some kind of wizardry shit with them. And I know how you feel about birds. I collected these myself from a tiny island in the center of the lake of a stowe in the park of the Golden Gate in the land of San Francisco. Oh, bird shit turned into rocks, even better.
What is this place, San Francisco, and why do people from there send you shit?
That's a good question.
Because, frankly, I have shit, but I'm not throwing away my shit.
Well, the stuff from San Francisco isn't, all that valuable. They just call it San Francisco values. It's not that big of a deal. All right, real quick, one email. You can always email me at magictavern@puppies.supplies. My new husband and I have been listening to your podcast on our honeymoon, and it's amazing. Thank you for being amazing, Skylar Starr. Congratulations, Skylar Starr.
Yeah, congratulations on the new husband.
Did she say on her honeymoon?
Yeah.
Honeymoon will be completely enraged by this. Honeymoon A belongs to no one.
Sure.
And also, just like all of us unicorns, Honeymoon hates to be ridden.
That's true.
I'm going to send him a note via Wi-Fi.
Oh,
Goodbye, Wi-Fi.
And also, I feel like if you were to climb on top of Honeymoon, there would be any number of things you would rather do than listen to this show.
Agreed.
Like get busy on top of Honeymoon.
Oh, we hate that in particular.
Oh, okay, we're out of time. But next time you're on, I'm going to have a lot of questions about people. Probably people try to crawl on top of you and have sex.
There's nothing worse.
And what's the name of the pet that you had as a child?
Why do you keep asking me these odd questions, you distended-bellied badger?
Me no.
Someday I hope to fall in love, travel to an exotic land, and binge listen to an indie darling podcast. We all have our own version of Autumn in New York. Usador the Lighter Blue was played by Matt Young, with all the refined sensibility of a white-hot meteorite crashing into a garbage planet. Chunt the King of the Badgers was played by Adol Rafai. How to achieve the same lukewarm level of investment week after week? Me no know. Windsprinkle the Unicorn was played by special guest Peter Sagal. You may recognize his voice from the popular NPR news quiz, Don't Volunteer Information, I'm Busy, which has always been much higher on the podcast charts than this dusty old chestnut. And the song Gas Wayne, Yes My Star was written and performed by Mike Doughty. Yes, that Mike Doughty. Go buy his new album, The Heart Watches While the Brain Burns, and support him on Patreon at patreon.com/Doughty. And now the script I'm holding literally says manufacture a reason to toss the episode to Craig. So let's assume I just did.
I've been here for a while. I don't know why you let Craig do so much of the outro read and I don't get to do anything.
Yes, Trisha, that must be very frustrating. But I believe Mike Doughty said it best in his album title. The heart keeps its secrets while the brain plans revenge. Something like that. Anyway, take it away, Craig.
I hate when you guys fight. Hello from the Magic Tavern was produced by ARNIE NIEKAMP, Evan Chikover, and Ryan DiGiorgi. This one edited by Garrett Schultz. Music by Andy Poland, logo by Allard Laban, additional audio effects by Jason Knox, production assistance by Garrett Schultz. Visit us at hellofromthemagictavern.com or on Facebook or Twitter. Thanks to the Chicago Podcast Co-op, and thanks to Earwolf. Do not forget about the Chicago Podcast Festival show in Chicago, November 19th, with special guest Scott Adsit from 30 Rock and many other awesome things. You can go to chicagopodcastfestival.org for more details and to get tickets. Seriously, this is going to be a really good show. If you can make it to Chicago, November 19th, get some tickets.
Just think, Craig, if Peter Sagal was the gateway NPR personality, it's only a matter of time before we've got Terry Gross on here playing a Nazgul.
I like car talk.
There is a creature that stalks your inbox while you sleep. The Earwolf. Once every fortnight, this lupine beast sneaks across the internet, carrying only a newsletter featuring exciting podcast highlights, fan art, live tour dates, in-studio photos of stars like Mel Brooks and Susan Sarandon, and sneak peeks of podcasts yet to come. If you want these valuable treasures, all you have to do is invite it in by going to earwolf.com and subscribing to its email newsletter. And then wait for the Earwolf to visit.
This has been an Earwolf production, executive produced by Scott Aukerman, Adam Sachs, and Chris Bannon. For more information and content, visit earwolf.com.